pleasant morning to you each and everyone, especially to you, Mamzelle. So for today, I'll be video demonstrating and featuring Sigmund Freud and Jean Piaget's theory. Let's proceed. Buckle up because we'll be here for a long time. Objectives: introduce Sigmund Freud and his theory of psychosexual and psychoanalysis. Explain Jean Piaget's stages of cognitive development. Compares Freud's Piaget's view of human development. Show their impact on psychology and education. Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud is an Austrian German born on May 6, 1856 to September 23, 1939, and was a Austrian neurologist and the founder of psychoanalysis and psychosexual theories. This is his phase, Sigmund Freud's phase. What's psychosexual theory anyways? Psychosexual theory developed by Sigmund Freud is a psychological theory that proposes that personality development occurs through a series of stages in childhood. So basically, Sigmund Freud's psychosexual theory believes that is a psychological theory that proposes personality development through series or sequences, or like series of stages. Freud's psychosexual stages. Freud's stages of psychosexual development is the most popular psychologist that studied and developed the development of personality. Also, probably the most controversial. His theory of psychosexual development includes 5 distinct stages. So basically, the psychosexual stages is a distinct stage. There are five distinct stages, psychosexual stages, according to Freud. Oral stage, from birth to 18 months. And the second one is anal stage, 18 months to 3 years. Phallic stage, 3 to 6 years. Latency stage, age 6 to puberty. Genital stage, puberty onwards. Oral stage. Focus is on the mouth. Sucking, eating. Too much or too little satisfaction can cause oral fixation. 2 types of oral personality: oral receptive and oral aggressive. Oral receptive may overeat, smoke, drink, or be overly dependent. So oral pressure, like the mouth where other people smoke, drink in order to feel the pleasure in their mouth. Oral aggressive may bite nails, curse, gossip, or act hostile. Like this, they bite their nails because it is a way for them to cope with certain emotions. Anal stage focuses on the anus, toilet training. Pleasure comes from controlling bowels movement. Children may resist toilet training by saying no. So basically, there are 2 types of fixation that can lead to 2 types of personality. Anal retentive and anal explosive. Messy, disorganized, careless of her need, organized and controlling. Phallic stage focuses on the genitals and learning gender differences. Children may explore their bodies, feel curious about others. Boys may develop this complex. So basically, the phallic stages focuses on the genitals, our reproductive system. Like the children learn their genders, like if they're a boy or they're a girl. And in this stage, children may explore and be curious about themselves. Latency stage. Sexual urges are repressed or inactive. Focus shifts on learning and developing skill. Children build same gender friendship, boys with boys, girls with girls. So basically, in this stage, the latency stage focuses on learning development of skills, either physical, academic, or social. So basically, like the children who are academically achiever. So children build friendships, like boys with boys, girls with girls, genital stage. Sexual urges are awakened during puberty. So basically, genital stage is where is where the children are awakens their focuses to mature sexual relationship. Pleasure is centered on the genitals, so in our reproductive system. Freud's personality components. Freud described the personality structure as having three components: the ID, the ego, and the superego. The ID. Freud says that the child is born with the ID. The ID plays a vital role in one's personality because as a baby, it works so that the baby's essential needs are met. So basically, it's the pleasure principle of the baby. So because when it says it's hungry, it cries, and the mother gives it its needs. The ego, as the baby turns into a toddler and then into a preschooler, he or she relates more with the environment. The ego slowly begins to emerge. The ego operates using the reality principle. It is aware that others also have needs to be met. It is particularly practical because it knows that being impulsive or selfish can result in a negative consequences later. So basically, the ego is like the child getting used to the environment and being immersed with it, like realizing reality, reality, and that others also have needs that need to be met, not only them. Superego. The superego, near the end of the preschool years or the end of the phallic stage, the superego develops. The superego embodies a person's moral aspect. So basically, it is the person's ethical or morality, differentiate from what's right and wrong. Three components of personality adjustment. The unconscious. So the unconscious, Freud believes that most of our emotions, thoughts, desires are hidden in our unconscious mind. From the word unconscious, we are not conscious about this. The conscious. Freud said that conscious mind holds everything we are currently aware of. It makes up only a small part of our total personality. So basically, the conscious is everything that we're aware of right now, like our emotion, but not entirely, not that all. It only takes a small part of our personality. Lastly, the subconscious. Basically, it is the memories and personal details that subconsciously. From the word subconscious, it is the non-conscious. It refers to the things outside our awareness that we have experienced or formed into part of our personality. Jean Piaget. This is his phase. Jean Piaget's cognitive theory of development is truly a classic in the field of education psychology. This theory fueled other researchers and theories of development and learning. Its focus is on how the individual construct their knowledge. So basically, the Jean Piaget's cognitive theory focuses on individuals construct knowledge, and it fueled many researchers and theories to develop basic cognitive concepts. Jean Piaget's cognitive theory of development is truly a classic in the field of education and psychology. This theory fueled other researchers. Schema. Piaget used the term schema to refer from the cognitive structures by which individuals intellectually adapt to and organize their environment. So basically, for example, a child sees a dog, it creates a schema and later uses it to recognize the same animal as a dog. Like, a child sees a dog and it says, "Oh, it's the dog. It's a dog." When it makes it as its memory or its schema and refer it to another animal as dogs as well. Assimilation. This is the process of fitting a new experience into an existing or previously created cognitive structure or schema. Like, for example, the same child sees another dog but it's smaller. Oh, that's a smaller dog than before. So by saying it's smaller, it creates a new schema in its mind that there are smaller dogs. Accumulation. This is the process of creating new schema. If that child sees the same another animal that that's like with a dog, but somehow different. Like for example, when a child sees another dog, I like a goat, but says that it's a dog. Oh, that's a dog. No, that's not. When her mother said it's a goat, so it creates new information in its mind that that animal is not a dog and it's a goat. Equilibration. So basically, equilibration is the balancing of accumulation and assimilation, because if not balanced, it will cause a cognitive disequilibrium. There are stages of cognitive development. There are 4 stages of cognitive development, and according to Jean Piaget, the first one is sensory motor. Sensory motor is the coordination of senses. So basically, coordination with motor responses. It focuses on the 5 major senses like the touch, hearing, sight, and taste, and smell. It ranges on from between birth to 2 years old, pre-operational. The pre-operational stage is the second stage in Piaget's theory of cognitive development, typically occurring between 2 to 7 years. During this period, children develop the ideas symbolically using images to represent objects. So basically, like symbolic thinking, uses of proper syntax and grammar, but it's still incoherent and not stable. Concrete operational. The concrete operational stage is the third in Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development, typically occurring between the ages of 7 and 11 years old. During this stage, children develop the ability to think logically about concrete concepts like conservation and reversibility, and demonstrating improved classification and seriation skills like concepts of touch and concrete situation, space, quantity, like understood, like where a child develops its ability to understand situations, but it's still not very dependable because it's limited and is not applicable to real life situations. The last stage is the formal operational. The formal operational stage is the fourth and final stage in Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development, typically beginning around 12 years old to continuing to older. It is characterized by the ability to think abstractly, theoretical, hypothetical, and counterfactual, and abstract logic and reasoning. The strategy became possible in concepts anymore. Like individuals in this stage can consider possibilities beyond the here and now, engage in scientific reasoning, form their own values and beliefs. Basically, this stage can think logically and reason. Reason in abstract logic and reasoning. Like when a child says, "Oh, that's right and that's wrong." Like what? Don't spend your money now because you're gonna need it later. Yeah. That's all. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.